have been able, he would have been able to maybe pick up that kill onto Shen.
Yeah, in those types of situations, it is definitely fun to have hindsight. Dark X? Oh.
Oh, Dragon has reset. Eichel does spot this out, and there's a controller. Dark X in a little bit of a tough spot here.
No stands united, but Dark X is going to come downside. Desu does get the knockup. Answered 1-for-1. Callum Coy is able to pick it up onto Demo. Used physics, runs into the bush, but he is looking a little worse for wear. He's waiting for Trent. Excel remembers. Here comes Inexhaustive. He's coming down.
It did happen. It did happen.
But he's popped instantly. Props to Inexhaustive for the showtime, but that is not what he actually wanted. Who did he go on to? Was it Floyd? Did he?
Yeah, he Shuriken flipped onto Freud as he was ulting down towards the bot side. So a little bit of a free TP down towards the bot side there, but does get popped on the other end that he does land at.
Oh my gosh, that was insane. The fact that Inexhaustive, you've done it once, maybe you don't have to go into 4 people again. Kalanko and Desu not necessarily able to pick up all of the scraps there from that fight, so Inexhaustive sort of just right into the frying pan, and hopefully we are able to look at a replay because I want to see what happened towards that bot side after Dark X was picked up. We did see the camera go over to use Physics and Nero, but here we are hopping into it. So Dark X, obviously pretty low.
A little bit greedy for this dragon here. Does get caught out. Physics and Nero are kind of having their own thing at the top side there.
Yeah, I feel like the communication on the side of Waterloo was towards the fact that Use Physics realized that he wasn't able to get down into that fight without needing 2.5 people.
He comes in exhaustive.
Like a bullet down. Unable to pick up anything substantial, but definitely got some hilarity factor. He's looking a little...
And Inexhaustive getting a little bit doped here. Not much that he can do in the top lane. Not having a good time on the Akali right now. 0-3 and 0. He is struggling, especially with all these ganks towards the top side.
Yeah, Eichel has been doing a great job of shutting down the top side that was so fierce from Waterloo in Game 1. If you don't give Inexhaustive the opportunity to be such a powerhouse, you might actually have a lot better odds throughout the course of this game.
Yeah, definitely. And Freud does manage to grab those Merc Treads. He's just able to tank a lot more damage from the Akali now, although Akali does have a phase, so I do think that Inexhaustive is opting for a Divine Thunder this game, I believe, is his general build path on Akali. So we could see, still interesting, still like decent trades from Inexhaustive onto Freud, despite him being, you know, less damage, less items and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Rift Herald is actually in the side of the Waterloo jungle. I feel like we may have missed a bit of action, but a nice counter for what looks like from a failed attempt. But Demo is going to be popped here. He is pinned by Callum Coy.
Damage from Callum Coy. 10 mile TT able to walk away. I think Demo got a little bit greedy, backed a little bit too far up, especially when there is a Recon just out to get you here.
Dark X doesn't want to be outdone, but the Shroud isn't enough to enable the gank to be fully completed. That's the thing with Freud being on the Shen here. He is such a brute force type of tank. Unless he's fully caught up like this, you might have a hard time getting the gank. That being said, Freud, you kind of caught between a wall and a Viego, buddy, so it might be time to look towards... Oh, wait! He gets the flash!
I think he managed to get out here. Oh, Dark X not letting him. Does have that ultimate available to him. Usefix getting gunned down by that Lucian. Oh my gosh. Eichel coming in for counter gank or on the opposite side of the map. Callum Coy not able to move. Oh my gosh.
Desu not either. Oh my goodness. Alright, a solid double pickup from the side of Trent. They don't want to be shown up. They're responding excellently on these cross-map plays. And I like what they're doing. Eichel is completely just everywhere right now. He is going to pop the Herald, but he is being the enabling factor for all of these Trent fights here.
Definitely. Zig's able to grab that tower with the Rift Herald. I think Trent's maybe going for more of a bot lane focused approach, as Ziggs is able to take towers so quickly But still, they managed to shut down Inexhaustive decently well, that he's not able to really have too much of an impact across the map.
Oh, recall is canceled! Devo, not again!
A little bit greedy on that recall.
No, you think you've learned your lesson from greed number 1, but greed number 2? Oh, unfortunate. At least he was in a bush this time. There's
This
learning.
time he was attempting to hide in a bush, but unfortunately for him, it was thwarted.
Yeah, so in the end, what the Trent University squad, they were trying to get a bit more resources on that double kill, on that Herald towards Demo, but it is shut down. And if we could take a look at the gold, I'm interested to see where these advantages lie. The gold is essentially dead even, but wow. Eichel is quite a bit up over Dark X right now. Same with Nira over Used Physics. And Callum Coy has a steady lead, as well as Inexhaustive actually. So interestingly, the top and the bot are where these advantages are lying for Waterloo.
Looks like Waterloo is gonna be giving over this second dragon. Just one attempted steal from Callum Coy, but nothing much else put into that dragon. Freud, Inexhausted looking to do some damage onto Freud, potentially killing him. He does have that second. Oh, what?
What? Did it hit a minion?
Did his second ult cast not do damage? It looked a little bit funky there. I'm not sure what happened, unless it was the damage was so minimal that.
I swear that should have been an execute though.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be an execute, but I'm not quite sure what happened there.
Can you Akali out minions?
Well, the second proc should go kill everything in her path.
Okay, so maybe we need some Akali buffs here. That sounded like it should have been a kill for Inexhaustive, of course.
Oh, and an Inexhaustive 2 HP, Eichel. And Chamomile Tea is here just to make sure that Inexhaustive does not escape.
Yeah, it doesn't pick up the shutdown that time. There's not even a shutdown on the side of Inexhaustive. And this topside push is looking relentless right now. Dark X, along with Sidesu, are going to be hopefully able to answer shortly, but Trent is pushing on all forces right now. It's actually coming down. Here comes the triple knockup.
Oh my god, big knockup from Sidesu here.
And Waterloo is looking like they can actually turn it. The true shot barrage, the resets from Dark X, he's able to pick it up. He's living through all of this damage. It's all up to Freud, but here comes the bomb. It is tossed, but Dark X is not over the wall, but he is carrying this team fight. The resets.
Demo taking a ton of damage from Callum Coy.
Callum Coy is a force to be reckoned with. You cannot underestimate what he is able to throw at you. Flash away, Demo, but where are you gonna go, buddy? You're stuck between Dark X. Callum Coy picks it up.
That looked so good for Trent at the beginning of that fight, but then they weren't able to shut down Dark X. He was just able to walk away. That was quite unfortunate for the side of Trent. Dark X does manage to live that because, you know, as you said, those Viego resets able to heal him so much and gives him that moment of invulnerability. Chamomile and Eichel back to have a little bit of revenge. Gonna see if they are able to catch up to Dark X. Quite a speedy Udyr, however.
Yeah, Udyr, you will just run you.
Oh my gosh, Eichel bringing in the Shen. It's a Shen delivery.
They will stand united here. Dark X actually makes it over the wall with the flash from Eichel. He is unrelenting in this push here, but the focus from Waterloo might be enough to shut him down. A little too ambitious, Eichel, and now Waterloo is turning the tides. Chamomile Tea is going to be fallen. Sip, buddy. I'm sorry, you're out of there. Freud is caught between a rock and a hard place. Dark X picking it up. Waterloo is turning it around.
Oh my gosh, Eichel a little bit overcommitted onto Dark X. You could tell he is not happy that Dark X lived that first fight, but he just lived another. So you are not having a good time if you are Eichel right now.
Yeah, I feel like Waterloo always sort of has a silent carry. In this game, it feels like Callum Coy is the driving force, they are able to use to be able to win that fight. But Dark X, as we'll see in this replay, is such a force you can't ignore. Now 6-1-4 after the end of that fight. Eichel, maybe just a little too deep here.
He's delivering Shen into this fight, which is fair. But at this point, when he's flashing over the wall, it's really hard because his team is so far behind him, and Inexhaustive teleports in, I believe, and just manages to catch out Chamomile and Freud so that they can't follow up with Eichel onto Dark X.
Yeah, we saw that Freud was trying to get into the pit, but against the faces of so many Waterloo players, yeah, Aiko is just too caught out there in the end, and Waterloo now with a 4,500 gold lead, if my math serves me correctly. They're feeling pretty good about this game. They found their fights.
Definitely, this is Waterloo's able to turn this back around, or this was more of an even game at the beginning. It was, I think, 7-8 for Trent, only up 1 kill, and they have a dragon advantage. But Waterloo's able to turn around, and they're bringing these fights back. They're able to capitalize on these mistakes. Example from Aika of overcommitting to these fights that he really should not be committing to. But you know, he is quite a speedy leader, so he's gonna run in.
Maybe Trent's gonna commit to this one, but here comes Side Desi charging into the fray. It's already 2 picked up for Waterloo. Freud, you are gonna stand united, but with who at this point? Dark X is going pretty deep here, but he's just looking for that reset. Untargetable is able to dodge away, and Waterloo is pushing on all fronts. It is 4-0 right now, and Dark X, shut down.
Too far. That was very, very close. If he was able to land maybe one more Q onto Demo, he would have been able to kill that Ziggs and get that reset, a little bit of that invulnerability that he so desperately needs, especially when he's, you know, under so much fire.
Yeah, forcing Trent back is gonna reap so many rewards for Waterloo. They are gonna get the tower, they are gonna get the dragon, but we can hop into a replay here, see exactly what happens. The Zenith Blade comes down onto Sai Desu, but it's not enough, and once the Rumble ultimate is propped down, it is just a matter of time before everybody's burning down. True Shot Barrage does a nice little chunk there, and Dark X pushing in as well. He is just so slippery. I feel like you can't kill this guy. Nice dodge around. And at this point, Waterloo could be fine to just hang out, but Dark X, he is one for the fans.
He's a little bit going ham there. He really wants that last kill. He wants that ace. He does not want any member of Trent alive in order to contest him. So he is willing to go all out for those kills there.
Now 6,500 gold lead, 2,000 gold lead, or 2,000 gold just sprung up out of nowhere. And I feel like Use Physics, while he's under fire here, is gonna be under the target of the Solar Flare. Solar Flare, he can't move anything, he can't press any of his buttons, but Dark X is here to answer for his pal. And it is 2 in the answer of 1 for the side of Waterloo.
Chamomile Tea thought they were out, but then he did run into a little bit of a Callum Coy waiting in that tri-bush in order to block off any potential escape routes. So I think here we see Waterloo moving together as a team so well. They're able to, you know, trade off those kills that they do give over to Trent because they potentially knew that U6 was going to die in the top lane, and they all reacted. They all went towards that top side in order to, you know, redeem U6 a little bit to trade off those kills. So I think we see Waterloo have a lot of teamwork there in that respect.
Yeah, while Use Physics has been playing mechanically well, I feel like he doesn't necessarily have the wallet difference to definitely stand out in these fights, especially when you have such beacons of fantastic KDAs from the side of essentially everyone on the side of Waterloo. Callum Coy, definitely a star-studded member right now on this Ezreal. 9-1-5, Mirror Mana completed, and he's building whatever he wants at this point. I can't see the Mythic. I think it's just a little black square, but it's probably Divine Sunder if I had to guess. Or maybe Triforce?
I'm also going to guess Divine Sunder. No, we could have a 3 Divine Sunder team. It's a Crown of the Shattered Queen. Oh, okay. Okay, so Callum decides to opt for a Crown of the Shattered Queen. Oh, I see it in chat now, 2 minutes ago. Crown of the Shattered Queen. I guess if we see a black square, we just know it's a crown. Definitely a good pick, honestly, for Ezreal. He does actually utilize the AP damage, and it helps him to survive. For example, if he were to get caught out by that Leona, because, you know, if he gets locked down by Leona, he's essentially dead if he had no resistance item. So I think the crown is actually a really smart move from Callum Coy, and, you know, after he played Lux with it last game, he's gotten a little bit of a taste for being tanky.
Dark X doesn't want to let Eichel go anywhere on the map. He is going to claim away a few of those wolves, and Waterloo pushing on all fronts. I feel like Trent is sort of falling into the same trap that they were falling into last time, where they're just pushing out waves but not looking for anything, because Waterloo just feels omnipresent on this rift here.
Inexhaustive here to counter Narrow's pushing in the top lane.
Oh, the culling comes down and is gonna be face tanked by Inexhaustive, but a little too greedy there. Word is popped up. The Stand United was the shield that was helping Nero there, but
Roy does get punished for using that Stand United to help out his mid laner. He's forced to kind of sit there for about 2 seconds while he channels it, and does get caught out in that time.
yeah, Waterloo now focusing their eyes towards this bot side tier 2. Is gonna be a nice little response from Nero, picking up the objective bounty, but if you're Waterloo, you'll take that map control. They have been historically so dominant once the map opens up, and they don't really care if their tower opens up if it means they're going to be able to win a fight, get that vision, and get that pressure bot side, because it enables so many more objectives.
Michael gonna grab that Raptors for himself here, Chamomile, and Iko walking towards the Baron to just set up a little bit of vision there. You know, Leona has to have at least one teammate with her in order to safely clear out vision and stuff like that, so it's definitely looking to be a bit more topside focused. Inexhaustive comes over the wall, just gets spawned out by that ward, but Dark X and Calicoy about to assassinate Nero in his own jungle here.
Ooh, yeah, Nero looking a little worse for wear again. Calicoy, he's pushing the charge, acting as the front line right here with the Crown of the Shattered Queen. Maybe he's just able to face tank anything he wants, but we haven't seen a lot of resistance against the efforts of Calicoy. He is 9-1-6 now on the day, and yeah, looking great from the side of Waterloo. The second dragon from them is most likely going to be picked up. No resistance here early from Trent.
Oh, Inexhaustive caught out by Iko, gonna go over the wall, but Chamomile is waiting for her.
But here comes the Rumble ultimate. The Zenith Blade is just gonna lead you into death's weight in arms, and Inexhaustive now on the charge. Does have the second charge, the ultimate, but the Shuriken flip doesn't connect, unfortunately for him. Just does use it around the wall. But nice response from Waterloo, and especially used physics there.
Another Infernal Soul. We did see one last game, so we could see an actual soul come out this game potentially if it does go on long enough. But Waterloo's gonna look to grab this Baron for himself here.
Yeah, Waterloo going for the no-lose situation type of Baron. Trent is either forced to give away a Baron or lose a 4v5 here in the fight, and yeah, they're gonna opt to... Well, I don't think they actually made the choice. Waterloo sort of made it for them, picking up the big purple buff, and they are sitting nice and tidy once again in this game 2 here.
Inexhaustive getting run down by Nero right now. Not sure if he's gonna be able to get out alive here.
Yeah, there's no culling anymore. Once the dash comes up, the Shuriken flip isn't actually going to go on. Dark X. Ooh,
here to save the day, and Inexhaustive runs away fast enough.
Nice answer from Dark X. The communication on the side of Waterloo, and the teleport now. Here comes the Stand United, but are you going to be able to...
With a vengeance.
Freud is in the fray, but now you're facing 4 purple buff up people. Freud is going to fall as well, and Waterloo is going to be keep on pushing the charge. Dark X will have the Viego ultimate to slam over this wall if he so chooses, but looks like he's not going to push right onto Demo just yet.
Exhaustive backs with that Baron recall, comes and teleports back right away. Gonna come back and, you know, take some revenge on what he just got chased down. Lots of damage from Callum. Boy, that locket does save.
He's just jumping in everywhere. Oh my gosh, Dark X is getting a little bit of hope from Eichel here. He is getting slammed and stunned from the bear stance, but meanwhile, Waterloo is just continuing their advance in this top side here. And bot side. Now they're waiting for mid. And mid.
Looks like Trent is going to have a super hard time, you know, dealing with this. This could be a game-ending push if Waterloo manages to kill the members of Trent here.
Yeah, if they get a good fight, this could be what they're looking for. The Rumble ultimate does come down. Inexhaustive dashing all over the place. A double knockup from side. Desu use physics, already slaying Eichel. True shot barrage hits too, and Waterloo is cleaning house right now. Dark X on a rampage, and this should be the game ending.
Oh, lots of damage, Nemo.
Alan Coy,
Where did
he
he
knows
go?
what he's doing. Oh my gosh, he's flashing in. Dark X is going to not live there, but in the end, he'll take the win. He'll take game 2, and Waterloo, they looked iffy at the start, but a dominant fashion. They close out game 2. They close out this series.
Oh my gosh, that was definitely more of a close game compared to the first game. We got to see Waterloo actually, out macro their opponents and work together better as a team to push those small little advantages they had in that early mid game. And that really went a long way as they were getting to the later stages of the game.
Yeah, Waterloo definitely able to capitalize on some of the over-ambitious plays from the side of Trent, specifically called to mind when Eichel had flashed over the wall and the rest of his team couldn't get to him, and that was what just led to Waterloo winning out on the fight. But Trent, they played very nicely in that early game. They were making nice advances and using the utility of that Udyr, his clear speed so fast, moving everywhere, just able to be omnipresent on the map, but eventually the responses from Waterloo and Callum Coy and Saidesu came online. Insane damage on the Ezreal. And yeah, Waterloo take it 2-0. How are we feeling about the game and the series as a whole?
This was a super exciting series. I think we got to see really interesting team comps from both teams. Actually, I think in the second game we got to see quite some funny moments. We got that global Akali E coming in onto the Shen straight into 4 members of Trent. And in the first game we got to see Callum Coy with that Lux, that Recon in the bot lane. So definitely interesting comps from both sides here that I think we got to see.
Yeah, we definitely saw a lot of the Waterloo style, as we had mentioned. Just some flashy plays. Make sure everybody is winning lane. If someone doesn't, make sure the other wins twice as hard. And in the end, Waterloo able to show up on the day, and they close out the series 2-0. With that, I think all we have left to do is thank our lovely sponsor, Deliver. They're always helping out around the show. They have been a long-time sponsor of the Waterloo Esports, and we thank them so wholeheartedly.
Yeah, for sure. So we can do our little Deliver spiel. So Deliver is a fulfillment company that functions kind of like Amazon for those big box stores, and for mom and pop stores they do 2-day delivery for all sorts of stores, including Amazon. So they do fulfillment for small stores such as mom and pop stores, as well as big stores such as Amazon and Walmart.
Yeah, and if that type of environment sounds interesting for you, they're always looking for engineers, new creative minds to work with. They are founded by a group of Waterloo alumni, and they're always looking for more Waterloo co-op. So if any of it sounds interesting to you, make sure to go to deliver.com/careers. That's with 2 R's on the deliver there. And yeah, make sure to just look out for them. And we thank them again for sponsoring our show here.
I'm Michael Karkaris. I'm one of the co-founders here at Deliver. Deliver is a fulfillment service for online merchants. So essentially merchants send inventory into the Deliver warehouse network. We store that inventory on behalf of the merchant, and then when orders come in for the merchant across the various different channels, we pick, pack, and ship those items to the buyer and deliver it on time. Buyers today expect items to be delivered fast and free and on time.
We see a very direct correlation between how fast a merchant is able to get their products to people's doorsteps and how much do they sell. We are ordering more and more things online. We expect them to show up faster and faster on our doorsteps.
I think today, free 2-day shipping is obviously the norm, but I see that going faster to 1-day into same-day shipping. We have an incredible team. They're super curious, amazing problem solvers. They come from a wide variety of backgrounds. Some people come from the technology space, other people come from the logistics space, and it's a really great melting pot of ideas at Deliver.
I like working at Deliver for a whole bunch of reasons. I love the team. I love getting to work with individuals in Toronto and Chicago.
Definitely a lot of work-life balance at Deliver. Everybody really respects the fact that we all have personal lives and, sometimes things happen, doctor's appointments, family things. It's all about communication and making sure that you're keeping everybody in the loop, and as long as you've got the work that you have to get done covered when you're not going to be around, or you're able to do it remotely the same way you would do it if you're in the office, then you're able to do that, and it's an awesome perk. I love being able to work from home when I can.
I would describe Deliver's team culture as ambitious and mutually supportive.
I think one thing that Deliver enjoys is having their employees feel comfortable at work. And if you're stressed and if you're tired, you're not going to be able to produce good work.
It's really easy for me to go talk to like people in engineering or to kind of our leadership on the growth team.
One of the problems we're solving is the placement problem, trying to figure out where we should put our items.
You have all these products spread all over the country. Figure out like the cheapest way to get these to the final customers to order them. When you don't know where the orders are going to come from, and the orders can come in weird patterns.
And small changes in how we make these decisions results in $1 million savings for the company.
The Deliver model is unique in that we don't own any of the underlying assets. So we've basically assembled an Uber-like network of warehouses where we leverage excess space in these warehouses across the country.
There's a lot of research and development that has to be done to figure out the best algorithms and methods that we should be using for our workflow and for our placement.
Everyone from like the CEO down to the most entry-level people, they really want to know like what does the data say, and they have a lot of tools to get to that. So we know like exactly when a package is going to get from a certain warehouse to a certain zip code, and that's the kind of power that none of our customers ever could do on their own.
As we've launched this Deliver journey, it's been truly rewarding to see businesses do something that they could never do before.